All right, so this is still 5.1. We are doing the nth roots of rational exponents, and this is for 5.1 in Big Ideas, and this is video number 2. We're now going to be evaluating expressions with radical exponents. Okay, so that's what we're doing. And we'll start on the notes number 3. Okay, so this time I have 16 to the 3/2 power, and we talked about those rules in the video, in the first part of the video, where if we have a number to a fraction power, the top number is the power, the bottom number is the root. Okay, so I can write this as 16 cubed as the power, and that can be taken to the square root. Square root is the only one we don't write the 2 there. I mean, you can, it doesn't hurt anything, but you don't need to. All right, so you can write it like this. The problem with this is we always work in and on the inside and work our way out, and we end up with a really big number that we then have to take a square root of. We can also write it as the root first, so I could say the root of 16, and that is to the 3rd power. Okay, this gives us a nice small number that we can deal with and then take it to the power, so it's a lot easier to do without a calculator, much faster without a calculator, okay? So this can be written either way. So let's do this way first, because like I'm gonna usually do them just this way, but I will show you this way and how it's not as easy as this way. Okay, so root first, then power. That's what we like to do. And the root's the bottom number, top number is the power. All right, square root of 16. Here, let me switch colors here. Square root of 16 is 4. And I'm going to take 4 to the 3rd power. See how that was? Square root is pretty easy. Without a calculator, you get a nice small number. All of these that the practice is going to give you and the notes are going to give you, whatever the root is going to give you a small number. It's going to give you 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7, or 10. 10's very easy to see, but it doesn't give you hard numbers to get to. All right, and then we want the 3rd power. We want to take 4 times itself 3 times. Okay, and then that is 64. Okay, if you can't remember that, you do have a calculator. I would like you to see you do these without a calculator, though. The only thing is, if I write it this way, I need my calculator. Because you work on the inside first, like we did here. We worked on the inside and got the 4. If I work on the inside here, I don't know what 16 cubed is. 16 times 16 times 16. It would take me a while to do that. I'd actually have to probably do it on paper there. So I'm just going to use the calculator. 16 cubed is, I'm going to equal this one going down here. So this one is still the square root, but the inside turned into 4,096. Now I don't know the square root of 4,096 off the top of my head. So again, I'd have to use that calculator. Square root of that answer, and I get 64. I mean, you should get the same thing because that is the answer. But this way, I have to use the calculator, or it's going to take me a really long time. This way is very fast and quick without the calculator. Okay? So, when we go to the next problem, number 4, I'm going to write it only in the way that's fast and without the calculator. Okay? So, I have a negative out front, and that is not a negative, well, it is a negative 3 power, but we deal with that negative by itself. That negative just means that this is 1 over 32 to the 3/5 power, okay? Remember the negative, if it's in the numerator, we move it to the denominator. If it's in the denominator, we move it to the numerator and just get rid of the negative. The rest of the power stays the same. And now I need to deal with this. All right, so I'm going to write this as the root first, and it is the 5th root of 32, and this marker is kind of blending, sorry about that. And then it's taken to the 3rd power. The top number is the power. Okay, the 5th root of 32, so what times itself 5 times is 32, and that is 2. and it is still cubed. And 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So, oh, but I missed the 1 over. I am so sorry. It's 1 over 8. Get all of that in there. Sorry, 1 over 8. I just started solving the bottom. You can't forget the 1 on top. All right, so now you can go to the practice and do problems number 11, 14, 15, 18, and 21 through 24.